Hello, it's John here from Satori. I'm just coming to you today with a quick info series. We're going to be discussing those ultra defensive style fighters in Jiu-Jitsu. It's becoming more and more prevalent in competition with the rise of the sub-only style tournaments, and of course there's always been an element within the gym. When you're going against somebody and they've just locked in their hands nice and tight, they don't need to be experienced to do this. They've got their chin tucked in nicely as well, and it can be quite hard to open them up for the submission. Of course the submission's what we want, so here's a quick info series, just a few different strategies on how to deal with that type of person. Okay, one strategy for dealing with an ultra defensive fighter is to set up that submission earlier. Okay, when we get to a dominant position, quite often that's when the person switches into ultra defensive style. They lock in their hands, they ball up their fists, their chin is tucked, and it's hard to open them up. So let's set up that submission before they get to that stage where they're gone into ultra defensive mode. So while we're passing the guard, for example, is going to be a good time to do it. Maybe we're coming in with a knee slide pass, and before we're securing that position, we're already feeding the hand into the collar, setting up an X choke. No-gi example as well, just this simple bread and butter ones would be. Same again, maybe a knee slide pass, and we're starting to slide into that Darce choke before he's bunched up, while he's still trying to defend his guard, still playing positional jiu-jitsu, shutting him down and getting that submission in place. Okay guys, setting up that submission earlier. Quite often when we get to a dominant position, the person's already locked down, so we're just going to try to get on top of that submission setup earlier. All right, so just going to try it here on Derek. For example, if I get all the way to the mount, he knows he's in a lot of danger now. He's hiding his elbows, they're nice and tight, his hands are in, his neck is hidden. We're a little bit late. What if when I'm trying to get towards the mount, I set it up? So maybe we're coming in, normal pass, knee slide, knee cut, a lot of people do it. He might be thinking of defending, he might be thinking push me away a little bit, he might be thinking pummeling the leg in. There's a number of things he can do here to stop me getting any further, get me back into the guard and start setting up his submissions. From here, very common one is, you'll see Homolo doing it a lot, you see a lot of Gracie Baja guys doing it, pulling the sleeve up and feeding this grip here all the way around behind your opponent's neck. He's still not gone ultra offensive yet. He might be trying to hold on to my heel here. He might be trying to pummel in the leg, a number of things he could be doing, but I've got this grip. Over the top, smack in, take that material over on his neck and start to squeeze, head down and start to go for the finish till you get the tap. It's also a good one because it's a double attack. If he loosens up on the leg to try to defend a bit better, I'm going to pass into a more dominant position. If he tries to keep me here and stay where he is, he might get submitted with that choke. So nice double attack, just feeding the hand in behind his neck before he realizes how much danger he's in. Over the top, starting to squeeze it, head in towards the ground and go for a finish. The no-gi variation that we were saying happens a lot is when he comes around the body here with his underhook. We start pushing, punching down here, pulling his head in, getting our hand nice and deep here around his neck, hand to hand, cranking his head into it and starting to cinch it up all the way. We can finish in here, but even better is then once we have that submission hold cinched up, to slide our leg out and finish it. But they're just two options that you can do, but more important is the idea itself. Before we get to the mount, we're cinching up that sub. We're not so far back that of course it's really hard to get it. You know, from here it's going to be difficult. We're close enough that we can start to set up the sub, but we're not so far in that he's shut down all our options already. All right, give it a try in the match, let us know how you get on.